not gonna lie, it's always a little sad when you have to finish episode reviews for a marathon. Yes, you know that there's more to come, but it's still that like a sad feeling because it's something you love talking about with your audience, and I don't know, something about it. It's just always sad when you have to do the final episode that you can cover of that month. And that's where we are at today, because now that we've taken a look at all the previous episodes of this show, now we gotta finish it off with the last one of the final season that we're covering this year. Like I said before, 3 and 4 will be next year. So, this is the final episode review of this first Drake and Josh-uary, and it is the finale of season 2 of Drake and Josh. And a very strong one at that. I don't think it's better than Drew and Jerry, no, but it is still a phenomenal episode, and there's still lots to talk about. So, without further ado or delay, let's dive in. What's up? What's happening? What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Animation Station. Your number is Screen. The animation includes two brothers that fight and bicker, as well as TV and movies. I'm your host, Justin Sabal. Welcome back to Drake and Josh-uary. I actually got it right that time instead of stumbling like I did in the last review. I apologize. Welcome to the Season 2 finale of Drake and Josh Honor Council. The episode where Mrs. Hayford's car somehow ends up in the classroom. And she ends up trying to suspend Drake for it because since she hates him, naturally, she thinks automatically that he did it. So then he's put on trial by the school's honor council, with the whole thing being treated like a high school version of a court case. I know that may sound boring, but trust me when I say it's anything but. You have Josh as Drake's lawyer, and then for the plaintiff's lawyer, we get the introduction of a character that's going to become very essential to this show when we get to the third and fourth seasons. Mindy, Josh's nemesis, his true nemesis. Like, you know how we had Grant in Blues Brothers for Drake as his nemesis? This is that character dialed up to 11. Mindy, who originally looked like it was just going to be another one-off character, actually ended up becoming a series mainstay, and yeah, there's a big reason why, but I'm not going to say it because it is a huge spoiler for season 3. So I will just leave it at this won't be the last time we see her. For once, we get a character that's not just a one-time thing. I know, revolutionary, and it only took until the finale of the second season to actually get it. But trust me when I say she is a great character. Like, at first she's a character you love to hate, but as it goes on, when you see how she progresses through seasons 3 and 4, and then you go back and watch this one again after getting that knowledge, it kind of makes you respect her more. It's a little hard to explain, but trust me when I say, if you're a first-time viewer, you will hate Mindy. But as this show goes on to seasons 3 and 4, you will come to understand her sense of thinking and her personality. And once you understand that, and then you rewatch this episode again, then you'll like it more. Sorry, I've spent way too much time talking about Mindy. I'm so sorry. So, yeah. So Mindy is the plaintiff's lawyer, and Josh is the lawyer for Drake. And they have a back and forth all friggin' day. It goes as well as you expect it to. That is until the big reveal happens. Spoiler alert. Skip ahead now if you don't want spoiled, okay? Alright. 3, 2, 1. Mindy's the one who did it. Mindy's the one who did it just to get Drake framed. Yeah, pretty interesting turn of events, huh? So, she ends up getting suspended or expelled. I honestly don't remember which. And of course, Drake gets exonerated. And all's well that ends well. So, yeah, that's the season 2 finale of Drake and Josh. There's not really much else more to say. It's a court case episode and a kids show that's not boring. In other words, another comparison I want to make that I've made before in another episode review. It's like the SpongeBob episode Crabs vs. Plankton from season 4, where you think it would be boring, like the characters going it through a court case, but they managed to find ways to make it entertaining, hilarious, and extremely memorable. Because that's what shows like this and SpongeBob do at their best. They take premises that sound so boring and simple on paper, and they turn it into something amazing. So, yep, I literally have nothing else to say. So, here's my final overall thoughts on the episode. I hope you enjoy as my guinea pig tries to eat my pants. Sorry. For the second time in a row, a season of the show ends on a very high note. The introduction of Mindy is great. Her back and forth with Josh is very engaging. The plot is bizarre in all the best ways. Josh, as Drake's lawyer, is absolutely hilarious. The dialogue is iconic. The jokes are top-notch. The writing is sharp. The ending is satisfying. And the rewatchability is very high. However, it is pretty slow pacing-wise. This is one of the slower episodes of the show. Thinking about its logic will induce headaches, like how did that car end up in Miss Hafer's classroom completely unharmed or without denting the wall, the door frame, or the window? Like, logically, you can't do that, but this show bends logic all the time, so if you can buy into that, you can suspend your disbelief. It's maybe live action, but like most sitcoms, it's running off of cartoon logic. And every now and then, there is a joke that is hit or miss. It's inevitable. When you have so many jokes that land, every now and then you're going to get one that's a little more Regardless, it's still a very strong conclusion to the second season of the series, and more than worth your time. It may be slower than most episodes, but it's very entertaining nevertheless. Is it better than Season 1's finale, Grammy? That is tough to say. I think both episodes work in their own way, but I think I give the slight edge to Grammy because I liked the comedy more. This is still a great episode, though, and a very strong note to end the second season of the series. So, with all that said, final verdict for this episode, and my final verdict for the final episode review of Drake and Josh-uary 1 is a 9 out of 10. Great episode, check it out. Very strong ending to the second season of the show. And that's it. With that, we have covered every single Drake and Josh episode from the first 2 seasons, and I gotta say, it has been a very fun ride. I've wanted to discuss this show pretty much ever since I started this channel, ever since I started trying to become a YouTuber, because this is a show that's always been near and dear to my heart since I was a kid, and regardless of real-life context and behind-the-scenes stuff, I will always love this show. It has made me laugh, it has made me cry, it has made me happy, it has made me reflective, and more than anything, especially now as someone who's almost 24 years old, it's nostalgic. And I mean that in the best way possible. It's a great show. Sure, not every episode is good, but that's impossible. You're never going to get a perfect show. So, yeah, but I appreciate you guys so much for running the views up on these, and I appreciate you guys so much for showing this new marathon some much-deserved love, because I think this is the first time I've ever covered a live-action show on this channel, so I'm glad to see the experiment was a success, and if all goes well, I might review the others at some point. The others as in other shows like iCarly, Victorious, Henry Danger, all those, if the demand is there for it. But from just this first marathon alone, it has left me with a very, very happy feeling. So, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for our final Drake and Josh review of this year with Drake and Josh Go Hollywood.
Lesson I will soon forget. So listen and you won't regret. Be true to yourself, don't miss your chance, and you won't end up like the fool who